What is up, guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Luigi's Mansion, as obviously this year's the 20th anniversary of the game, and I'm super excited to really get into the celebration for this game. Hopefully, you guys listened to my lo-fi remix I actually had someone do for me of, a medley remix of the Luigi Mansion soundtrack. So if you haven't listened to that, please go do so. It's really a cool thing to get done and to make, and it'll definitely make a lot of Luigi's Mansion fans kind of happy. I don't know, if they just listen to while you're studying or doing work or whatever, but regardless, today's video is actually going to be one that I've wanted to do for a little while because this is a comment that someone left ages ago on one of my videos. I wish I could find it again so I can shout the person out. I'm sorry that I couldn't find the comment. It's from too long ago. But nonetheless, I'm going to be talking about a Luigi's Mansion remake if it were to happen. Obviously, I'm not expecting a Luigi's Mansion remake to happen. It would just be too good to be true for something like this to happen. But nevertheless, obviously, if Luigi's Mansion got remade for the Nintendo Switch, the big question would be, how would it be worth $60, given how short the experience is and all of that? And these are 5 things that I would like to see that would make it really worth $60. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Please drop a like if you haven't done so already. I would truly appreciate it. It'll help keep me in the YouTube algorithm, and yeah, so I don't know what to say besides let's get right on into it. The first thing I would like to see in a Luigi's Mansion remake is new content. Now, this is kind of the obvious one. New content can mean many different things. Obviously, the first thing I can think of is more portrait ghosts. Obviously, throwing in more portrait ghosts into the mansion can make it really cool, specifically for people who've played the original Luigi's Mansion before, and now adding these new ghosts in to fight and collect and obviously get the frames for. It could be really cool. I don't know what else to say besides maybe obviously adding the chef ghost that was in the original demo for Luigi's Mansion, or the ever so rumored safari room ghost, which obviously I'm pretty certain actually ended up not being true at all. Like there was never a safari room ghost. But just having more portrait ghosts could be really cool. I mean, just even the rooms that we see that don't have portrait ghosts have really cool like potential for portrait ghosts. Or if you don't want to change that bit of the gameplay, maybe making them exclusive to the blackout mode, or sorry, the blackout section of the game, where the whole mansion goes completely black, and these rooms maybe will have these secret portrait ghosts that you wouldn't encounter otherwise. Almost kind of like Uncle Grimly, but not a requirement. I don't know, that could be really cool. And of course, with more extra content, hidden mansion modes can be really cool. Now, obviously, hidden mansion mode is already a thing, but maybe making it so that each time you play the hidden mansion mode, it's different. Maybe maybe the lost items locations are in different places each time. Maybe there are different ghosts in each room. Maybe the mansion's reversed on some, not reversed on others. Their keys lead to different rooms. Having it be random after each time you beat it could make it really fun to replay, given that it will be somewhat different than the time you played before. There are loads of games that are randomly generated, like let's say Binding of Isaac, and it makes it an overall really cool and really replayable experience because of the fact that it's different each time you play it. So doing that may offer some replayability, which I'll talk also a little bit more about later, but I don't know, that kind of new and fresh content could be really cool, and hopefully they do it. Next up is multiplayer options. Obviously, multiplayer is a huge thing nowadays. Everyone's always playing online with each other. While at its core, it's a single-player experience, and it should be left as such, it would be cool if there were extra multiplayer modes added into it. Like, for example, Scare Scraper. Having a Luigi's Mansion 1 themed Scare Scraper could be really cool. Having the mansion be more realistic, and having all the Luigi's Mansion 1 ghosts be the ones you fight against. I don't know, it could be really cool. Maybe the bosses, after each 5 floors are strengthened up portrait ghosts. Maybe they alter Neville to make him throw a bunch of books at you, or Chauncey will shrink you all, or just something really fun like that. offering that kind of scare mode could be really, really fun. And this is actually a new idea that I personally thought would be kind of cool, is a kind of like hide and seek kind of mode, where one player plays as Luigi and then let's say the other 3 players or 4 players or however many all play as ghosts, and they have to hide in the mansion, and basically Luigi's job is to find them and capture them. If Luigi finds them but isn't able to suck down all their health, then they get to hide again, and there's like a time limit or whatever the case is. I think that could be a really, really fun mode that'll just bring people back. And then, of course, you have the co-op option like Luigi's Mansion 3DS did with Luigi. Obviously, this kind of co-op is what I think is really, really cool for Luigi's Mansion, not what Luigi's Mansion 3 did, where it really forced it into the gameplay mechanics. I think having an optional co-op mode where someone can join you, not, where the whole gameplay relies on there being 2 characters, I think that could be a really, really cool thing for them to add. Obviously, they did add it in the 3DS remake of Luigi's Mansion, but given the 3DS hardware, it really struggled to run it well. And honestly, I feel like if that same mechanic was brought over to the Nintendo Switch, they'd be able to make it work better just because the hardware is more capable of it. So yeah, I think multiplayer would be another really cool thing to make it a little more worth $60. Next up is revamped cutscenes. Now, obviously, the 3DS remake of Luigi's Mansion was a very one-to-one remake. It was, you could tell that they, obviously used a lot of the same animation inspirations and all that stuff. And obviously, I wouldn't want them to change the cutscenes like so drastically to where they're unrecognizable, but updating them a bit. Like, I don't know, giving them kind of a fresh coat of paint, adding some new animations, just making it look a little bit different, because obviously the animations from the first game were a little bit stiff, if anything, but that's just a product of the time and not a fault to the game at all. But updating them to make them look a little more fluid, to make them look a little modern. I mean, looking at Luigi's Mansion 3's cutscenes, obviously, bring them up to that kind of scale, again, could make it much worth $60, and I would really hope that if there was a remake, that they would do that. Next up, this one's got a lot of sub-points to it, so I'm going to try and do this as best as I can without stumbling over my words. Replayability. Luigi's Mansion 1, I personally find to be a replayable experience because it's short and sweet, the gameplay's fun, and it's overall a really good time. But because of the fact that there's not really much difference with the hidden mansion modes and all that, it's really not that replayable experience to someone who isn't an absolute simp for this game, aka me. So something I think they could do is having just more replayability features in there. For example, achievements. Obviously they had achievements in Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS, but bringing those back here, maybe adding a few more really intricate ones, like ones that you'd really have to work hard to get. I mean, they had quite a few of those in Luigi's Mansion 3DS Remake, and I think they'd be really, really cool to bring back. Also, something I think would be cool would be even more collectibles. Obviously, Luigi's Mansion 1 had the gems that you can collect to add to your total, but I'm talking about collectibles that you can put in the gallery, just overall stuff that maybe does a little more than just add to your monetary total at the end of the game. Also, something I think would be cool is almost like a survival mode, almost like a horde mode, if you will, where your objective is to get through a certain amount of rooms to get to the exit while surviving as many ghosts as you can, or making it so you only have one life. Just basically making it a hard mode. You have to beat the game all without dying, or you have to clear a certain amount of rooms without dying. That could be really, really cool. I don't know, just offering some sort of difficulty mode and more hard mode. Because yes, the Hidden Mansion is kind of a hard mode, but something like that could also be really, really cool. Also, just more unlockables, because the thing is, EGAD has a whole gallery. It would be cool if you could put more in it, because I remember in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, you can get these, like, statues for collecting certain amounts of gems, I think, or catching certain amount of no, it was gems. Getting certain amounts of gems could, get you these Luigi's Mansion Luigi statues. Maybe offering something like that here, where you can collect statues you can put in the gallery, or music. Maybe you do something and you can unlock music in the gallery. Maybe EGAD has like an old record player that you can play the soundtrack on. because it just gives you more reason to go to the gallery, you know? They kind of did that again with Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS by adding the ghost statues and more portraits to look at, but just expanding on that even more and adding even more cool stuff would be awesome. I would hope they would do that. And then the last point here is another kind of obvious one, but it could make this game absolutely amazing. And that's literally just redoing everything. Redoing the character models, redoing the music, redoing all the animations. Give this game a real modern take. Because the one thing that's absolutely amazing about Luigi's Mansion 3 is just the quality of how everything looks. Luigi's animations, you know, the character models look really, really nice. If they brought that modern Luigi's Mansion, you know, like all those modern character models, modern animations, all of that, bringing it to this new game and revamping the soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack for Luigi's Mansion is good, but I feel like if they revamped it somehow, like just, like not tweaked it, but like just redid it, you know, maybe making it a little more ominous. Like, they could just do so much to the soundtrack. Maybe even adding some new songs. Doing all of that could be really, really cool, and it shows that they really put in the effort. So there you have it, guys. Those are 5 main details I would want them to do to a Luigi's Mansion remake to really make it worth the $60. Because to me, I would get a Luigi's Mansion remaster for $60, because, like I said, I'm a Luigi's Mansion simp. But I would really like them to, you know, go above and beyond if they ever did a Luigi's Mansion remake. And those 5 points, I think, would be the main ways that they would do that. Maybe so in some ways it would make it a little more like a reimagining rather than just like, you know, just remaking the game. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Definitely drop a like if you thought this video was really good, and of course make sure to subscribe. That stuff's all down below. Click on the notification bell so you're notified of whenever I upload videos. There's going to be a lot more Luigi's Mansion videos coming in the next few months to celebrate the 20th anniversary of this amazing game. And yeah, and there's the merch store down below. There's a ZakPak Luigi's Mansion themed shirt. So if you like Luigi's Mansion and you would like a ZakPak Luigi's Mansion style shirt, definitely go down to the link down below and get that for yourself. So I don't know what else to say besides thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.